Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Jonathan Hankins in on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm... Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. After the turnover, here's Locke. Screen pass to Lindsey. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Clock now to throw. He'll buy some time right. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Noah Fant with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone. So give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 48-yard line. Now Sanders. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Darnold. Over the middle, complete. It's Hopkins. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 28. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. On 1st and 10, Darnold. That's going to be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Darnold. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Deontay Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the 1st quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Locke. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And it's knocked away and incomplete. K.J. Hamler, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Block working out of the gun. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. That's caught at the 25. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Jerry Judy, 79 yards. And the Broncos have taken the lead. For Drew Lock coming out of Missouri, the one thing that scouts they loved was his arm strength, and we see why there. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people are focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds. Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Now this throw caught left side. 20, 10, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. DeAndre Hopkins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To throw it is Locke. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. Phillip Lindsay the intended target, and it's third down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They look to throw. It's Locke. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big gain of 39 on third.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Lock on the give. It's Lindsay. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here comes Hamler on the jet sweep. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. These two teams all tied after 1. And McManus able to put it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Going deep for Hopkins. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, he was just trying to contain DeAndre Hopkins, and he got a little too close.
And because of his ability to line up in different spots on the field and come at you from different angles, different guys have to cover him, and all of them have the same issue. How do you do it without interfering? In this case, it didn't get done.
Now it's Darnold. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. And there was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
It's up and good to make it 21-17. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Yeah, we dominate today.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Locke. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. Able to get this to Gordon. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
A short gain that doesn't get him the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And taken right on the 30. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He got 29 yards that time. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 35-yard line. They'll run. It's Sanders. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Ebron caught left side. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll make it 2nd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Darnold from the gun. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he's got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Flushed out right. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And that one pushes the lead up to 11. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. From the gun, Locke. This is the tight end Fant. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Locke. He's going to look. This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. To throw is Darnold. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 41-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Ebron with it over the middle. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this 1st half. A chance to really cap off a big 1st half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Darnold. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. A final shot before the break. Darnold escaping the press. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Sam Darnold as time expires in the 1st half. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So we've reached halftime in a wild 1st half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this 2nd half as they trail, and we are back underway. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. Run with Lindsey out of the gun. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Reading from the gun. Lock. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the 41, Darnold. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And some room to maneuver. They're all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Back to throw, Darnold. And it's caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Deontay Johnson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me, and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock, too, with a drive like that, so you really give yourself an advantage.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Lock. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Made the quick throw there outside the numbers, and you can feel the thought process. They just wanted to get in his hands and let him make a play. But how about the job they did defensively to keep him bottled up? Instead, they tackle him for a loss.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, Block, buying time to his left. He's got his tight end Fant, and he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. First and 10, here's Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down. Again, they'll throw with Locke. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Now Locke, he lost the football in town, and it's picked up by the Steelers. Through an opening, and there he goes. The 20, 10, 5, and he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Boswell good with the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted.
And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack. Working out of the gun. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Here we go. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. That's trash. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
They'll go for it. It's Locke. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected?
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 37 yards. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Yeah, what's up? So are we gonna continue the game or no? We gonna continue the game or no? That's fine. Yeah, I get it. Yep.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for first and goal. And now again, the play clock's going to run out on them. The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for first and goal. They'll run with Sanders. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a first and goal as strong running gets them to the 9-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And the ball situated at the 9, second and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5, pickup of 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Under 10, 10.
McFarland once more. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that will go out of the back of the end zone. Way too much mustard. Not a good punt, and it will come out to the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Block going to throw. They shakes him off. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And all the way home for a Broncos score. K.J. Hamler, 76 yards. And the Broncos get a bit closer. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field, and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2. Lindsey going to try and run it in. And he'll get in. And they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer. They get the conversion. And, Charles, when you only have 2 yards to go, what do you think of the toss play? Because initially it kind of sets you back a little bit.
It does, especially if you get a lot of pressure coming towards you. But if you can get to the edge, if you seal the edge with your blocking, often your tackle or your tight end on what they call the play side where the ball goes, you can get to the corner, and that allows those big guys to get out ahead of the runner.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Darnold. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Locke. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Cortland Sutton, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a two-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Darnold. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Darnold now to throw. And he connects with Ebron. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A play fake, and it's Darnold. His throw caught right around the 6. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. And he's got it. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. From 3 yards out. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Lock. To Gabriel, middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier.